The iconic advanced design first series Chevy pickup was a best-selling post-World War II truck. Affordable, practical, and versatile, these light-duty pickup trucks were popular amongst farmers, contractors, peddlers, etc. With a simple, straight six gas engine and a 3-speed steering column mounted shifter, this 5-window truck named Charlie, one of 179,000 made in 1950, was restored in Pennsylvania in 1988 and added to the Gale family collection. It has since been driven approximately 25,000 miles. We purchased this truck a little over a year ago and is surprisingly original with the original floor mat, headliner, and seat cover. It has very minor rust in one spot on the floor. The only thing that has been done to it is a new battery fuel pump, master cylinder and brake lines, and the bedwood replaced. It runs great. It was built in Baltimore, which is about 120 minutes from its new home. This is my 1950 Chevrolet tow truck, built for a Chevy dealership. A Holmes axle, Crandall lift, and deluxe cab are two rare features on this truck. Featured on a Cat Scale Collection Super Truck Limited Edition Series 10 card. You may have seen this tow truck at the ATA show in Hutchinson, Kansas. Bosley made automobiles from 1939 to 1952. The Farmall Road was made from 1950 to 52. The exact number of Farmall Roads is unknown, but is estimated to be between 500 and 600. My Farmall Road was the 190th one built. It has a 4-cylinder, single overhead cam engine with a 3-speed transmission and a 2-speed aux transmission. Crosley marketed FORs as a Jeep-type vehicle that could do farm work and then drive into town. I do not know who made the towing rig. I added signals, attack, exhaust stack, and electric winch. This truck was owned by my dad since new and used as a stationary service truck. Restored in 2012 after 4 years' work. It has new paint, original metal green, engine overhauled 3rd time, a new interior and some stainless steel trim. Driven often, enjoyed a lot. Ordered by the federal government in 1948 but not delivered until 1950, this truck was used in Loveland, Colorado for the Big Thompson project. All original with a 200 horsepower Cummins, triplex transmission, later swapped to a 743, a low mileage original. This truck is somewhat original. It was updated in 71. The owner then updated the fuel visor, fuel tanks, front fenders, cab lights, rims, engine, and transmission. Original engine was an HB 600 Cummins with a 4.3 transmission. In 71, they put in an NTC 350, a small cam Cummins with a 4x4 trans. I bought the truck in 2019 with intentions of keeping it as is, running and driving it to shows until it needed a total rebuild. Bought new by family company, one-owner truck, upgraded drivetrain with 332 CID overhead valve engine. Later a Clark 5-speed overdrive transmission and a 2-speed rear. Ford offered the 332 upgraded as a kit to install in these trucks. Chevron rollback bed built especially for this truck by the factory in PA. A fun hauler for my small trucks. My truck is an export model Thames, made for export to Canada or the US. The E83W was introduced by Ford of England in March of '38 and continued into production until 1957. It is a pickup model featuring the rare Anthony Hoist steel box which became available in 1950. The truck has had a meticulous restoration that spans 7 years. It was featured in the May 2019 issue of Vintage Truck magazine. This is a work in progress. I'm building a tribute to a truck I admired when I was a kid growing up in Berea, California. It had a 471 and 2 sticks. All the license plates on the front bumper were on the original as it hauled oil field valves made in Berea to the oil fields in the Southwest. I purchased this truck from the estate of the original owner in 1990. It is totally original except I swapped the log bunks for the flatbed. The truck had a 12,099 miles on it when I purchased it, and it still had the original tires and battery. After replacing the battery, I drove it home. The truck on the flatbed is a 1929 General Motors T30 belonging to my friend Mike Larson. Equipped with a 450 Red Diamond 5-speed direct 779 rear. Originally owned by the Atomic Energy Commission and sold surplus in 1964. From 64 to 1969, used by Welch's Safe and Machine Removers, Cleveland, Ohio. Its last job in 1969 was pulling out a jet that had gone off the runway at Cleveland Hopkins Airport. Was replaced in 1969 because it burned too much gas. From 69 to 94, it sat in the company warehouse in Cleveland. Third owner of this truck. First owner bought it in Council Bluffs, Iowa, as it still bears the original dealer's emblem on the cowl. The second owner was a farmer named Elmer in Nebraska who bought it in 1956 and had it on his farm until I bought it. He only used it at harvest time, about 6 to 9 weeks a year, as he installed a dump green box on it. Off season, it was said to have sat in his barn until next season. I bought it, restored it over a 6-year period. This was a gas station service truck put in storage in 1982 and removed in 2007. It was restored using 2000 Chevy S10 frame and drivetrain. It has a 4.3-liter V6 engine with a 5-speed transmission and a California rake, pinstriping, dual exhaust, and a custom handmade mahogany bed. I've been restoring her for a couple of years. I was hoping to make it to Springfield for the big show, but I wouldn't have made it anyway. It's a Canadian truck that worked out of Saskatchewan. I painted it our company colors. It was originally green. Running gear is all original except the NH180 was not repairable, and so since I intended to drive it, I installed a Big Cam 3. It's been a challenge finding parts for her. It's not like working on a Mac. (1952) Corvette Model D 808 T29 tractor with a Cummins Model NHB diesel engine, Fuller Model 5A1120 transmission, and a Timken Model R300 rear. A new way tag axle was added by the original owner. The gearing is good for a little over 80 miles an hour, and I've had it up to 65 with a rear axle low range. Corvette was said to have been the fastest truck on the road. The attached photo was taken at the Historical Construction Equipment Association's 2019 National Show in Bowling Green, Ohio. I purchased a 520 Diamond T in 2004 from Western Traders in Gatton, Queensland, Australia in $2,000. It was just a cab and chassis, no bumper, windows, or windshield. It had a V8 Falcon motor. It is now fully restored and has a 308 Black Diamond motor with a 6-speed overdrive gearbox and can sit on 100 kph. It is fitted with a short pole timber jinker, which was my brother-in-law's. He used to cart poles and logs to the harbor trust from all over Victoria. I have won Best Truck at quite a few shows. Due to a variety of parts, grill, this diff coat is thought to be a model year anywhere from 48 to 1958. It is not stated on the title or build sheet. It has a 4193 Continental Golden Missile engine with a 4-speed. This diff coat is a sit or stand milk delivery truck. Martin's Dairy was started by my grandfather, H. Martin in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I restored this after dairy was sold in 1969 to Turkey Hill. I purchased a Federal from a deceased estate a few years ago. It was originally bought by Ample Petroleum in Sydney and was used for delivering oil in 13 and 44-gallon drums, along with tins of grease. It has a Hercules 6-cylinder motor and a 5-speed box. The Federal still runs, but I've not got a roadworthy on it. I've not started with any restoration yet, as I'm busy restoring another Diamond T I have imported from the USA. A former South Dakota grain truck. It was about 148-inch wheelbase. I shortened it to about 101. Factory equipped with an overhead 6. Somewhere prior to me it received a flathead 8. It has been converted to 12 volt and also has a set of tubeless 19.5 wheels. It has a stock 4-speed and a 2-speed rear axle. All original, 80,000 miles, purchased by Halem Azuri Banana Company, the Bananas with Appeal of Scranton, PA. This truck was used to deliver bananas around the area until 1957, when it was parked in the company warehouse. It was rescued in 2017 and added to our collection. If you are a Harry Chapin fan, the Azuri Banana Company's Brockway is the subject of the song 30,000 Pounds of Bananas. This 1952 International is mostly original to how it would have appeared decades ago. The metal flake paint color is derived from the original International color Adirondack green. The truck is powered by a Silver Diamond 220 engine and is matched to a 4-speed transmission. The gearing on this truck is quite low, and there is little need to ever use first unless pulling a stranded school bus from a ditch. This is a great truck that never fails to remind people of the trucks from the family farms of the past. This truck was manufactured 10/26/52 and originally sold to Van Waters and Rogers as a tanker truck and pull trailer, purchased by Rod Hussey in 1956 and was converted to livestock use with a 20-foot rack on the truck and pulled a 32-foot Weber 3-axle trailer. Truck all original except for 4 things: new aluminum rims and tires, CB radio, passenger replaced, toolbox and pad, and original Buddha diesel replaced with a 12V71 in 1965, 5.5x3 tranny, worm drives, and torsion bar suspension, all original. Bought as surplus, but has been used by a fire department in Rio, Kansas as a tanker. Repainted it as olive drab, used in parades. Designed by Rio, but some other companies besides Rio built. This was a Rio 331 gas engine, 5-speed with 2-speed aux. Canvas roof on cab. Commonly called a deuce and a half due to its 2.5 ton rating. All original except for the paint.